got the battery trail cleaned up. What I'm going to do to help prevent this from getting any rustier or nastier is this is some CRC battery protector for your terminals, but you can also put it on the battery pan. It'll help stop that rust and corrosion, where you won't have to buy you another battery pan because this one here is rusted out. So we're going to spray it off real quick and just put it on like a light coat of paint. A lot of times when a vehicle sits for a period of time and not being used, it'll get a lot of rust and corruption on the battery, which is not good. Okay, now I need to find what I did with the battery hold down bolt. I need to find that because I don't know what I did with it. So let me go dig that thing up and we'll get this new battery in. Okay, we've got the new battery in. Here's the battery hold down. It goes in here. And the bolt's gone missing, so I guess I'll have to get me another one at my next trip to the junkyard. But I wanted to show you this. You can see this terminal here, negative terminal. It's a brand new battery and it's already starting to get a little bit of corrosion on it. So what you need to do is go to your local auto parts store and get you one of these brushes like this. This brush is for cleaning the inside of these terminals if they're dirty. These are new, but you do it like this. And this brush here, that's in the back of this, is for cleaning the terminals right there. You can see how much nicer and shinier that one looks. This one looks real good. I put a brush on there anyway, just for the heck of it. And you always want to connect your positive battery cable on first. These connections here for the brake thing, I'm going to replace these connectors at a later date and solder them on, but you can see they're not too good of a crimp job and they're already getting corroded. Not too good, so I don't need that trailer brake thing right now, so I'm going to leave that off. Let me run and get a ratchet here so we can tighten these battery terminals. You always want to put the positive one on first. Also, if the cable doesn't want to fit on the terminal, you don't want to beat it on with a hammer, because you can damage the battery and also the terminal. They have tools for that kind of stuff. Let me show you what they look like. This is a special pair of KD, it's KD number 204 for doing batteries. If the terminal won't quite fit, you put it in here, and when you squeeze this, you can see it opens it up. You can open it up as big as you want. It's a good idea to have the bolt in there when you do that though, because if you don't, you might have a hard time getting it back in, because sometimes it distorts where the hole where the bolt goes. So you've got, and also they make this tool. This is a I don't know if this is a KD or Snap-on. No, it's an SK. Nope, I take it back. KD 2173. KD 2173. It has another style of scraper for cleaning your terminals, and also this one for going inside. It's an all-purpose battery tool. I don't like this one too much because it takes metal off when you have to be real careful with it, or it'll take the metal off, and you don't want that, because sometimes the terminals are already too small. Okay, we got the positive on, negative on. Our little light lit up, so we must have power. Let's tighten this one down here. Okay, You don't want to go without a battery hold down. I'm not going to be driving this, but I'm going to have to go to the junkyard and get me another one of these gizmos here. Not exactly sure which way this goes down in there. I think like this. But there you have it. New terminals on your battery. They're on there good and tight. And then when you're done with that, you want to take some more of your battery protector and put a good coat on your terminals. Get at the end of the wire where any place where you might get a little corrosion. This is a, I don't know, to me it's like a real light coating of grease, but it has chemicals to protect the battery. So let me go get the key and we'll see if this thing works. Hang on. Well, when I was picking up everything, I was able to find the hold down bolt. So we're going to put that in there. Before I stick it in the hole, spray a little of this stuff on the threads. Goes down here somewhere. Where be right there. Takes an 8mm socket. There we go, solid. And now I'm going to squirt a little bit of this right on top of that bolt so it won't get any rusty or corroded. Okay, that completes this job. Thank you for watching. Okay, I got the key. Let's try it. Looks like we have success. So all I need. Looks like we have success. So all I need to do on this job is to get that battery hold down in there. It's not a good idea to drive around without a battery hold down because you don't want the battery rattling around inside the car, especially if you used to run into something with it. But I don't know where that bolt went. I had it. I was thinking about taking it in and putting it on the wire wheel and cleaning the rust off the bolt, but I don't see it in there on my workbench anywhere. Let me, before we close, let me remind you that in my opinion, these little bolt-on repair connectors that they sell are a temporary fix. The only other way I'd suggest fixing a battery, unless you solder new ends on, would be to go buy new battery cables or go to your junkyard and get a battery cable off of a wrecked vehicle. Seldom do those cables get tore up in a wreck, but when you get there you might find the same thing on there at the junkyard that you're looking at. But in my opinion, the best way to go is to do the job right, because then you won't have to do it again later and you won't get stuck out on the road. So, and also if you need to repair a wire and you want to put a crimp on end on there, you either got to use the right kind of crimper or you need to solder this terminal on there. It's just crimping it on there with a pair of pliers is not going to get it, because the special crimper puts special pressure on it to hold it, and you can't usually do that with regular pliers. In fact, I don't think you can do it with regular pliers. But Other than that, that's my suggestion for repairing your battery terminals. If you like this video, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe to my channel. There'll be more. This Ranger here I just bought, it's going to be a project truck. It's got a few things wrong with it. As you probably heard when I started it up, it's got an exhaust leak. Don't know what the problem is. It also needs the automatic transmission overhauled, which I can do. That's going to be my next major project. So keep me in mind, subscribe to my videos, and you'll see every time I put a new one on, you'll see that, and you'll be able to check it out. Until then, this is the old man mechanic Stretch telling you to work smarter, not harder. Take care.